We are officially on Young's Creek Trail. Katie's up ahead, per usual. We have Bear behind me. Is Kimmo
Social distancing on the trail.
and Mason. 6-foot leash.
Kimmo's leash is about 6 feet, right?
So this trail is a mix of hardwoods and pine. And I love hiking in pine because the pine needles are just so soft on your feet. Love the smell, but also the pine needles really help to make the trail not as hard on your feet, and I appreciate that. How's it going?
It's going.
So far, so good. Not a lot of uphill or anything, so
Nope.
So far, so good. It's coming, though. I know she's coming. So, we are about 4.5 miles in. I almost stepped straight in horse poop doing that. I'm thankful that it's not super muddy because this is a multi-use trail, and so it is pretty torn up by horse hooves. And like, as somebody who hikes, I'm not the biggest fan of multi-use trails because of that, but also I have to say, like, I am happy that there are multi-use trails so that folks who want to get out on their horses and ride their horses can. I feel like a lot of times I hear hikers really give a hard time to multi-use trails, and yeah, they can kind of suck, but like, you go on them knowing they're multi-use trails. And also, if somebody gets the same amount of joy being in nature on a horse as I do just like walking along a trail, then I'm really glad that these trails are here for people. As far as gear goes, yeah, see, here's like a section. It's a little toe up. I'm gonna do my best not to bust my butt through this. Trying out some new gear. I've got my Gossamer Gear Gorilla 40 backpack. Absolutely love this bag. The only thing I could not decide about it is it does not have load lifters. And I have really liked those in the past. So, so far, not a big deal. Maybe it's just that it's designed to be a lightweight, borderline ultralight pack. So maybe it doesn't really need them. Arguable, I guess. But I'm not really noticing that I need them at all. Using my cheap Amazon poles. Those are doing me just fine. And my Lone Peak Ultra 3.5, 4, I think 3.5. Also doing great. Love them. Love the toe box on these shoes. So like I said, we're almost, I guess we're 4.5, almost 5 miles in. Which puts us, I think, about halfway. So only 5-ish more miles to go. Alright, update time. So we made it to the parking lot. That's about 3.5 miles from where we are parked. And we took a break, and we found a million ticks on both our dogs. I mean, I've never seen that many ticks on my dog, ever. It's mid-June. They varied in size from super, super itty-bitty to normal size. We're gonna try to just really ram out these last 3.5 miles. Check both the dogs again before we get into the car. But they were all between their toes. Bear had them on his arms and his armpits. Not a fan. So we're gonna keep trucking, And when we get to the car, we're gonna check for ticks again. And we're gonna go home. Bummer. I just wanted to show off this really pretty section of pine right here. It's beautiful. I just love walking through pine. It's quieter because of the needles. It's softer because of them. It smells good. Look at that. I love pine. Bunch of little fish in there.
What are you doing, Daddy?
I don't know if you can see any of them. Swimming.
Want to get in there? Good.
So we are now 9.5 miles in. And I will say, my feet are finally a little sore. So are my butt muscles from walking uphill. All in all, not too bad. I do have to be careful still, especially as like my ankles start to get tired because I've had previous ankle injuries. I have to be really careful walking, not to make a silly mistake, not to put my foot somewhere silly. So I try to be a little more intentional with my steps as the day gets on a little longer. At our last junction, we had 1.8 miles. We've probably gone close to a mile since then. So I would say we have probably another mile to go till we get to the car. I think we're all pretty tired. This has been one of the first big hikes since quarantine started. So we have all been sitting around doing nothing. And then we said, hey, why don't we go do a 10-mile hike today? So, so feet are a little so. We pulled so many ticks off Bear. It's wild. We're going to have to check him again before we get in the car just to make sure. But, I mean, I'm saying, like, without exaggeration, over 20 ticks. Easy. Just wild. I should have counted, but, I mean, we pulled ticks from in between every single one of his toes. We pulled ticks from his armpits, from the backside, from his tail, there were some that were crawling on him, there were some that were latched on him. So, gonna need to check him again and check us. I know I've flicked a whole bunch off of me. I think I've only seen one that had semi-attached. The rest have all been crawling, thankfully. So, too many ticks. Don't love it.